What up, y'all? It's your girl. Alright. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Alright. I know everybody went live last night. Today I done missed a whole lot. People was like, where the hell was you last night? We ain't listening to that part. Grand Rise Vampy James. We waiting for the what I'm waiting for is the chorus. There we go. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. In jail without the bail. In jail. Yeah. Uh-huh. He in jail without no bail. He in jail. He in jail because he fails. Ha ha. These nuts, nigga. Okay, what's poppin', y'all? How y'all feeling? And how the hell are y'all doing? I hope you happy. See, Vampy, we gonna talk about that. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about a whole bunch of things. Okay. And we need to know what the hell is good in Poppington out here in America. Okay, now, for those of you who do not know yet, NatureNuts is going to jail. Okay? He was convicted of being guilty of all the accounts. Okay? All the counts, all the crimes, all of that. He guilty on all that fly shit. Okay? Now, for revenge porn, he got 12 months. For false imprisonment, he got 10 years. But for the grape, he got that life without parole. Okay? Sweet Vampy, we could argue that his mama should have swallowed him, but his mama did not. Okay? And we can't find his mama to tell his mama what should have fucking happened. Okay? But I really want to talk about that shit. Okay? You know what? Let's start there before we go into anything else. Before I go into the testimony, the jury, how hard he tried to get that female judge, the fluster and all that other fly shit. How do you feel about this thing? And are you supposed to feel that way? Vampy, I ain't mad at how you feel. I'm really not mad at how you feel, because when I'm on Bigo, I get the total opposite of what the fuck you feel. All right? I go on Bigo and I'll see people talking about, well, he shouldn't go to jail because he didn't rape that girl. He kind of did. He kind of did. And if you are in a domestic violence relationship or anything like that, you will understand where the grape came in, child. This is the very reason why wives can now say that their husbands grape them. Yeah. Yo, Kanyan, you know what? That's also a good ass question because when I go on Bigo, I be wanting to ask all them people that, right? Because a lot of them people on Bigo used to donate, still donate, all of that. So I be like, well, what the fuck? Why y'all good? Y'all ciao. James, what's up, boo? I was kind of surprised too. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I was kind of surprised that they got him guilty on all them charges. Because like I told the people on Bigo, I can see how he could get off on the grape charge. I can see how he could get off on that grape charge. But he not gonna get off on no revenge porn. Because he did that. He did that. How you know he did it? Were you watching him at that time? Do you know that right after she left, he put that video out of her on Twitter? Oh, you didn't know that, huh? Oh, no, you didn't peep that, huh? Yes, sir. So how could she have done it the day after she left? She left. He already said in his IG post, right, that he wasn't supposed to do, but he ended up doing anyway, that he wanted revenge on that girl. All right? He admitted to wanting revenge on that girl. All right? Now, what he did, he never saw his porn. That's sex education. So, well, you got 12 months for doing revenge sex education on that lady. Okay? And that's what the fuck it is. Kanye, he didn't get life for revenge porn. He got 12 months for revenge porn. Okay? He got 12 months for revenge porn. He got life without parole for grape. All right? I'm going to repeat it again. He had a couple of charges against him, 4 or 5 of them charges. I'm not going to repeat all of the charges, of course, because some of them are really low key. For revenge porn, he got 12 months for revenge porn. He got 10 years for false imprisonment. 10 years for false imprisonment. He got life without parole for grape. Okay? He could have got 30 years, but he decided not to do that. He wanted to go to trial. They gave him a plea deal for 30 years for the grape. And they gave him a plea deal of 7 years, I think, for the false imprisonment. He turned both of those down. Okay? He said, nah, hey, Black Diamond. He said, nah, I want to go to trial. The judge told him, if you go to trial, you don't take these plea deals, you're going to get this. I don't care. Now he got this. All right? Now he got this. And one thing that I was incorrect about, and I will say that, is I thought that he had the COVID. I thought he tested positive for the COVID. But the judge tested positive for the COVID. And even then, it didn't. Kanyon, that dude. Kanyon, you asked the second question that's good as fuck. Are any of his accomplices facing the same charges? I doubt that, Kanyon. I don't think they will face the same charges. But they will face charges. Okay, Kanyon? They will face charges. Fufu should definitely face a federal charge because when she got arrested for trying to, send a drone and send weed to him and all that other fly shit, and they asked her name, she used the T's real name. And the T, that is a federal charge, using someone else's name for, when you get arrested and shit. That is a federal fucking charge. Hey, King Harris, how you? You good? Welcome. Long time no see. But yeah, okay? Fufu should get charged. Aya and the rest of them, they should get charged for perjury. But you know what? They didn't help this case, so it didn't really matter. Because Aya lied on that stand, child. Oh, James, I'm going to tell you what he really don't like. I'm going to tell you exactly what he really don't like. Because shout out to E-Love, okay? E-Love said it best. And hold on, let me get to her post on Instagram because she said it. And I was like, yeah, this is the winner right here. Okay? E-Love is the winner because E-Love was up on it all throughout. Right? She was up on it. So, it is life without parole plus 10 years. No contact. Well, I called you. Oh, shit, I know who the fuck you is. All right, Abel. So let's go. No contact rules. James, he's more worried about that no contact more than being registered as a sex offender. Because he ain't going nowhere. He going to be in jail for so-called life. So he ain't worried about no sex offender, but he's worried about that no contact. He don't like that no contact shit. You know why he don't like that no contact shit? Because not only can he not contact a motherfucker, they can't contact him either. Who y'all think I'm talking about? You think he gives a fuck about Velvet contacting his ass? No. He's worried about his other wife. The one that he called his wife when she came out of Velvet Poom Poom. He worried about Eliana. He might be worried about them other kids. Well, he shouldn't, but you know, they can't see him. Maybe they don't want to. Okay? Oh, Vampy, let's listen to another reason why, right, James, and it didn't matter. Even though he lost, he still got to go through that shit. Okay? That's the irony. The irony. All right? He cares about Eliana Black Diamond. He cares about Eliana because that one looks exactly like him. He cares about her. He might not show it because he don't care much about no goddamn body, but he cares a little bit about her. Trust me. That's a legacy for him, especially since she got his face. And that's how far he's thinking of, I care about the kids. All right? That's how far he going to think about that. Now, let's see what the rest is. No contact rules, no book deals, no movie rights. Peace and blessings, my brethren, Michael Phillips Wagwan. And that is going to fuck him up too. Okay? Yeah, Vampy. That's going to fuck him up too. Why? Because if I decide to write a book on NatureNuts, he ain't gonna make no money off that motherfucker. I ain't got to worry about no copyright, no trademark, no none of this shit. I can tell his story how the fuck I feel, and he can't say nothing about it. If I wanted to do a movie with E-Love, Fundi Fee, and motherfucking World News, we all can, and he can't do a lick about it. He can't get no profit from motherfucking it, and that's good for his bitch ass, because this is worth a documentary, 2 movies, and 2 books. All right? All right? Yeah. James, you know that shit pissed him the fuck off. Because his claim to fame was BBC came and hollered at me. BBC came, da-da-da-da, BBC. He swore he was going to get another BBC, CBS, NBC, Fox 5. He swore he was going to get some shit like that. It might have happened, but it ain't going to happen for you, homeboy. You gonna stay your broke ass in the fucking jail until you 70, son. After 30 years, you could try to get some parole, and they gonna look through and they go like, nope, sorry, bitch, not you, fucker. No. And them bitches is gonna be too old to remember to help your dumb ass the fuck out. Okay? All right? Motherfuckers is crying. You got Khadijah crying and shit. I'm sure Aya is crying and all this other. Who gives a fuck? Y'all to be all right. Y'all be okay. Khadijah, you be all right, baby. Okay? You be just fine, baby. Aya, we gonna pray for you. I ain't praying too hard, but we gonna pray for you. Okay? A lot of people was like, oh, I feel sorry for the wives. I don't feel sorry for no fucking wife. I don't feel sorry for Aya like that. You know who I feel sorry for? Aya's son. Okay? What, Kanyon? Child boo. You know that was the bullshit. You know that was the bullshit, Kanyon. And you know NatureNuts was the first one to tell everybody that motherfucker XYZ is a big snake. Okay? All right? We got to learn some lessons here. One lesson, just because you do a whole lot of immoral shit, don't mean it's illegal. Okay? And we got to wait a long time before your immoral shit turns illegal. All right? So, ain't nothing wrong with speaking out on a motherfucker, but it's also good to keep your mouth shut sometimes too, so we can let shit happen like how they need to fucking happen. Okay? James, he ain't gonna take no responsibility for shit. The only thing that he wants from God is no fucking accountability. And even God takes accountability. Hey, Daquan, just because God don't say nothing to us, don't mean God don't take accountability for shit. Huh? But this motherfucker, unlike God, talk way too much. And what the fuck you saying ain't shit. That's the problem. Just because God can't talk to us, and I'm talking about the Most High God, okay? I ain't talking about this NatureNuts motherfucker. I'm talking about the real God that y'all might pray to, honor, go to church for, all that shit, okay? Most High God don't talk to none of us direct. We get visions, we pray on it, we meditate on it, or we might see something in the water. You might have a stranger walk up to you and be like, oh shit, that's Most High right there, okay? But that don't mean, we already know DJ Vibes, facts. But that don't mean Most High don't take accountability for what the fuck is going on in the world, right? Just because Most High can't say that to us, don't mean that Most High ain't doing that, right? Right. But this motherfucker here been sitting here for how many years proclaiming he God, talking too much and not taking accountability for shit. That's my problem. Kanyon, you know that motherfucker evil as hell. You know that motherfucker evil. He talked to Velvet. You know who else he talked to? Pops. Huh? Y'all don't know about that? He talked to Pops too. Did he do right by Pops? No. Pops even knew that he was full of shit too. Pops knew that he wasn't about shit. So Pops started to keep his circle tight. Okay? When Pops Marquez was coming out talking, the whole bunch of motherfuckers up in Pops Marquez's face. That evil motherfucker was one of them. That demon was one of them in his face. There's a couple of demons in his face. And one of them at the time I didn't even think was a demon. But now she's in his face too. And he had to realize, yo, these demons over here is not really for me. These demons over here is for the click and the view and the bullshit. And they ain't no better than this nigga NatureNuts. So let me keep my click small. And you best believe before he passed, his click was small enough, okay, that he could be like, yo, he gonna go to jail. And when he went to the heavens and he became an ancestor for us, look what happened. Shout out to Pops Marquez. Okay, you ain't got to turn in your grave no more, sir. You can now rest in peace and power, sir. And I'm clapping it up for Pops Marquez. All right? I'm going to give a holy soul clap to Pops Marquez. All right? Because if anybody did not flip-flop, it was him. And if y'all thought he flip-flopped, it was only for the sake of his child. Okay? Because his child is flip-flopping. So he didn't have no choice but to flip-flop with her. Because he understood that at this point in time, she's an adult. She got a baby, she's an adult. And clearly, I can't make certain decisions for her. Because if it was up to Pops Marquez, he'd have been there right before they fucked the first time and smashed their legs together so they can never fuck again. What's up, Mean Mary Jean? How you doing? Happy Saturday. Okay? So, Pops Marquez, you rest in peace and you rest in power. Mama dear, we may not know what happened to you when you died. We may never know what happened when you died, how they handled you, or any of that stuff. We may never find the fuck out. But rest in peace and rest in power to you, Mama dear. Okay? That's right, Michael Phillips. He doing all the dances. Him and Most High doing all the dance. Okay? They dancing. They doing their jigs. They doing their little African dance. All that fly shit. Okay? Sweet Vampy, he did, but indirectly or directly, we not gonna know right now. If Mama Dia's family was smart, they would have looked into that while this trial was going on. But some people just be like, you know what, I'm tired and I don't want to deal with none of this shit. All right, my peoples is dead. I'm good. I done resolved it. I don't want to hear no more. Okay? Okay? Now, here's the new question. Hey, Soul Fight. And y'all can answer in the chat. I love it. I love when y'all answer in the chat. Go ahead, answer in the chat. I got a question for y'all. Um, Nature Nuts is in jail. What do we do now? Do we stop talking about this shit now? Is the Nature Boy talking over? I don't think so. I don't think it's over yet. Okay? Cause y'all motherfuckers want to see him walk into that jail. All right? And y'all motherfuckers want to see what happens to the wives. Right? And y'all motherfuckers want to see what happens to Solar and this and that and these and those. And you know what? Shout out to Pice. Shout out to Pice. Shout out to Baller X. Because Baller X put out the short on what happened, what Pice thought. And when I saw that shit, I was cracking up. I was peeing. Sweet Vampy, that's a good point because a lot of people agree with you and think, no, this is just the beginning. Because now it's about free the three God. We got the free him. No, you don't. James said he gonna walk out in 3 days. Walk out the way to the prison yard. And Michael Phillips, you're right. There are many sick cult leaders, not only throughout the Caribbean, but throughout a whole lot of places, okay? Throughout South America, Central America, Africa, even in America. Because I don't know if y'all heard about the people in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia who was in a cult and they all disappeared. They don't know where them black people at. Right? We got cult leaders all over the place, child. It's a lot in America, Vampy. And some of them are just smarter than the average bear. And I guarantee you, many of these cult leaders right now were looking at Nature Boy like, oh, let me not do this. Let me not do that. Let me not do that. I wouldn't be surprised if many of these black cult leaders are saying, hey, people, don't even go on your phone. Keep your culty ass right the fuck here and do not go on that fucking phone. Because what's going to happen now? Are we going to be on like the hunt for Red October for the next cult leader to get in their ass? Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're doing? I'm not judging anything. I'm not saying anything is wrong. I'm not saying anything is right. I'm just asking the questions. What are we going to do now? Are we going to look for the next culty motherfucker? James says, yep. Are we going to bother these so-called wives and women's, or are we going to let them sit and shiver and let them deal with their shit? Huh? Are we going to still bother them? Or somebody's going to bother them. Oh, yeah, Michael Phillips. I ain't mad at whoever. African American cult leaders, they gonna leave the United States and they ain't never gonna go on their fucking phone. And whoever wants to be down with them, don't you ever go on your fucking phone. But then most of these cult leaders are narcissistic as fuck. So how are they gonna get new people? Word of mouth? Huh? Oh, Vampy. Vampy, you are such a beautiful soul. And I'm not being facetious with that. I really do believe that Vampy is such a beautiful soul. Okay? I'm not being facetious at all. But what I will say is this, Vampy. We have a conundrum here. Okay? We definitely need to unbrainwash the wives. But do the wives want to be unbrainwashed? That's the question, Vampy. And in an effort to unbrainwash these wives, well, we have to put them in a mental institution. Because what if they don't want to get unbrainwashed and they start acting crazy and they start being harmful to others and themselves? Then we put them in the fucking psych ward, right? a lot of unbrainwashing to do, Vampy. Who do we start with? Do we start with Serenity and Rambo? Or do we start with the wives? Or do we go all the way to Denmark or Sweden or wherever, go look for Ra and make sure she's unbrainwashed? Do we go to Jamaica and look for Sunny to see if she's unbrainwashed? Do we look at Velvet? Which one is more important to unbrainwash? Velvet or the rest of them bitches? And James, you are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But there's a technicality to that, James. And I think you know what that technicality is. If it happens outside of the country, and I am an American citizen, and the person that is doing wrong to me is also an American citizen, as long as I make it to the U.S. Embassy, there is a chance that it could be prosecuted in the United States, depending on the crime. And it also depends on the country, too. All right? Certain countries are way more cooperative than others. All right? And I'll give you an example of that, James. The people who went to, there were these black people who went somewhere. I forgot where they went. I forgot the girl's name too. They went for the girl's birthday party or some shit, right? They went to Mexico or Cancun, some ass shit they went to. And they went for the girl, I think it was the girl birthday party, supposed to be a whole bunch of friends and shit. And she got into a fight with the friends and they killed her. And then they came back to America and tried to act like nothing happened. But then they found out that the friends beat her up, like her spine was broken, some old crazy ass shit, right? I think those people were prosecuted in the United States. I don't know if it went far, right? I don't know if it went too far. That case like died down a little bit. But I think they did try to get them prosecuted in the United States. Even though this happened in a totally different country, they were American citizens and they came back to America trying to hide that crime. So maybe that's why they were prosecuted, because they tried to hide that crime in America. No one went to jail, Michael Phillips? Okay, that was it. But they sure did try to prosecute him. All right? That's a fact. Oh, Vampy. Vampy. Hold on a second. That you got it right, Michael Phillips. You got it right. They not gonna admit they have a problem. So how the fuck they gonna heal to anything? Even Velvet, if she admits she has a problem, what the fuck does that mean? That don't mean she gonna do any goddamn thing. Now let's get the Vampy's question. I got it, James. I feel you on that. I definitely, James, it didn't matter. They had enough bullshit in America. They had enough bullshit in America. All that slapping. Oh, she's slapping this one and he's telling this one to slap the other one and all of that. All of that happened in this country. The FIB, the FBI, they call. Sophie says, Vampy, you don't want to know. Oh, Vic appears to be upset with the verdict. Child. Vic has always been a weird character when it comes to Nature Boy. All right, and that. Oh, okay, GTA term. Okay. All right, cool. Because I was like, the fib? Who's fibbing? I know somebody's tired of fibbing shit. I think the best way I can explain Vic is when I first came to the Nature Boy, he's really bad. He's mad. I gotta check out his videos. When I first came to the Nature Boy sector, before I came to the Nature Boy sector on YouTube, I was looking at Nature Boy on Instagram. And one of the first people that I came across as far as, people commentating on it and things like this was Vic. And I did not like no goddamn Vic, okay? because it seemed like Vic was all cool with this fool. Vic was talking Bible quotes and all this other shit with this damn fool. And I'm like no fucking Vic. Fuck out of here. He's down with NatureNuts. I ain't a fan of that shit. But then when I first got over to the Nature Boy sector, and you know, one of the first people that I was in their lives was the Demon XYZ. All right. And he had a live with Vic on there. It was him, it was XYZ, Vic, and Fundi. All right. At that point, I really wasn't coming in for XYZ. I was coming for Fundi. But Vic came in there. Vic, I was like, I don't like no goddamn Vic. Fuck Vic. He's a troll. You know, I know about trolling, but I was like, he's down with NatureNuts. And when that happened, that was the first time that I ever heard the word troll. Because Vic was like, I was just trolling him. I'm trolling him. I really don't agree with what the fuck he say. I'm just trolling. And I was like, well, what the fuck is trolling? Right? What the fuck? What is trolling? What is that? You lying to the nigga? But basically, yeah, he was lying. He was lying to NatureNuts, and he's really cool with everybody else. And, you know, he really didn't agree. So, yeah, he gonna talk his shit, da 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 da. So I took it as that. I was like, all right, Vic, you cool with me now. Cause you explained what the fuck it is, okay? And he was like, you know, I'm the king of trolls, and that's where the whole king of trolls came in. And that's when I started coming in his room, because I was like, all right, he's trolling this NatureNuts. Let me see what this trolling is about. He's the king of trolls. Let me see what this is about. And I started learning. I'm cool with Vic now. I ain't got no goddamn problem with Vic. But if Vic want to be upset that NatureNuts is going to jail, I don't know what to tell Vic. I don't know what to tell him. You're just going to say, you know, pray on it. Go to the Bible about it. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, from her account, from other people's account, something happened, right? She wanted to go home. They would not let her go home, right? He was like, come on, make love to me one more time. And she was like, no, no, no. After that first no, it's rape. Did you know that, y'all? No means no, motherfucker, whether I change my mind or not. Now, do I agree whether Janae was the best one to do this charge? No. There were plenty of other women that could have put out that charge and really got it to stick. Okay? Because he did rape girls. He did. Don't sit here and tell me no. He did. A couple of them didn't want to be with him. A couple of them didn't want to be with Musa or Pice or whoever he threw them on. That's grape. That's grape, y'all. Thank you, Michael Phillips. And that's what women go through. Because sometimes they can't say no. Or I say no, he going to fight me down. He going to beat my ass. He might kill me. So they don't always say no. They let it happen. That don't mean they want it. Come on now. Thank you, Michael Phillips. Sheba would have had a better case. Velvet would have had a better case. All right? And when it came to revenge porn, that's why I sat here and said, I don't know if he's going to get over on the grape charge. He might not get the grape charge. That might be dropped. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely should get it on revenge porn. He has a pattern of that shit. He said he was going to do it to the girl. Fuck you mean? I remember when he said that shit about Velvet. I ain't taking that video down. I took it off of Pornhub, but it's still on X videos. How the fuck do I know that? I heard him. That's why I was able to send a DM to Velvet way back in the day. Like, yo, you know this video is still out on X videos, right? You got a child right now. You don't want that child years down the line to go on X videos to see you slobbing on a knob. See you and Auntie Sheba slobbing on a knob. Fuck out of here. And Velvet did not lie about that. Oh, somebody DM'd me. Yeah, I was one of the people that DM'd her that shit. What's up, Amina? How you doing, boo? Fuck out of here. He been graping since he started. Luckily, they ain't Yaya, Pocahontas, so any of them other old chicks over there. Even if you disagree, I don't think he raped that girl. That's okay. He did the other shit, though. He did the other shit. So fuck out of here. Now, there's people on Beagle that's like, well, he might have did it, but I'm not going to be wishing him to go to jail and doing cartwheels because he's in jail and do. Okay, that's you. That's fine. I don't mind if you feel like that. I ain't doing cartwheels right now, but I sure am happy as hell. I ain't got what? I don't know what. Shri, you that happy he going to jail? Yeah, because he deserved it. I ain't gonna wish jail on nobody. I don't wish death on nobody. I sure didn't wish life without parole on that fool, but he brought it on himself. So here's my thing. Right, here's my thing. If those women, right, did things on their own accord, so the fuck did he. All right? So did he. He did things on his own accord of his own volition. Ain't nobody told him not to do it. Or even if they did he listen? Nah, because he God. Fuck out of here. He brought this shit upon himself. Okay? He sure did. Who the fuck told him to go on IG when you in the middle of a trial to talk stupid shit? Who the fuck told you to do that? Not Mr. Booger. Mr. Booger sure did not tell you to go do that IG live in the middle of a fucking trial. That's why when they mentioned it the next day, and the judge was, and the prosecution was like, oh yeah, well he did an IG live, and the judge was like, oh really? I will definitely listen to that. And when you looked at Mr. Booger was shaking his head. That motherfucker NatureNuts was like, oh no. And Mr. Booger didn't give a fuck. Mr. Booger was like, this motherfucker here. Why you did that, son? And thank you for the new subscriber. Why you did that, son? You an ass. Who the fuck told you to do that? So when he didn't show up for court, well, I'm gonna stay in the courthouse. I'm gonna stay in the orange jumpsuit and watch from here. Bitch, if I was Mr. Booger, I'd have been like, fuck yeah, don't come back next to me, goddammit. Cause you fucking up my case. It ain't even Velvet that fucked up the case. It ain't D's and Do's that fucked up the case. I and them surely did fucked up the case because they caused some perjury ass shit. Them niggas was lying like a motherfucker. Yeah. But if you ask Shri what fucked NatureNuts up, that motherfucker fucked himself up by doing that IG live. You was the biggest idiot for doing that IG live. Because first of all, even though we see these motherfuckers on Bigo, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, it don't matter where you go. You're going to see a jail motherfucker in there. Somehow these jail motherfuckers got cell phones. They doing their big ones. They get their clicks and their view. They getting their money. All that shit. They getting it. Okay? So we all knew that the judges them didn't know what the fuck was going on. But now here you go shining a light on that. So what would be wrong if the state of Georgia said, you know what? We getting rid of all the fucking cell phones and all the jail right now. That they not gonna be wrong for that. Because the first thing the judge said was, I don't even know how the fuck these criminals got cell phones in the jail. That was first. How does the criminals, how do the people in jail get a cell phone to be able to do anything, much less minutes on it, much less Wi-Fi on the bitch? Do y'all have Wi-Fi in jail? Like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? Ain't y'all supposed to be having that service with the collect calls or some shit? Huh? So yeah. Let me see. Adam Montgomery stayed in his cell during the whole murder trial of his daughter. Child, I don't even know who Adam Montgomery is, but I'll find out. I'll find out. I guarantee. And you damn right, James. I don't care what nobody say. In my humble opinion, that Instagram live was his downfall. Because in that Instagram live, you basically admitted to wanting to get revenge on the girl. You literally said, I wanted to get revenge on the girl. The girl did this. The girl did that. The girl left. The girl came back. So what we gonna do? And when you said that, you dumb NatureNuts, you wasn't just talking about Natiri. You was talking about Velvet. You was talking about everyone that left and came the fuck back. That's who you was talking about. Because Velvet left a couple times, came back too. Malia left a couple times, came back too. Vampy, you would think so, but it's not. No, you don't have to be famous to do whatever you want to do in there. You really don't have to be famous. You just got to have enough money or enough clout or know one person. And Vampy, it's not just Shiesty, it's a whole gang of them. I can name about 10, 15 motherfuckers on Bigo that's in jail doing their thing, doing their big ones. I saw a guy on TikTok working out. And I'm looking at his background like, what the fuck kind of workout is this? I said, let me go to his page. All his workouts were in jail. All of them. So, yeah. It ain't about famous. Hey, Roasted Toast, what's poppin'? Salute. So what are we doing? What's gonna happen now? We just gotta find another motherfucker to talk about now, right? But I guarantee you the Nature Boy sector ain't dead. It ain't dead. It ain't dead. It ain't dead. And this whole NatureNuts saga, I don't even know if that's still dead. Because I'm waiting for federal charges. Like, here's my question, y'all. They got him for life without parole in the state courts and the state laws and all of that. What happened to the Rico? Ain't no Rico no more. Rico done for the day. Ain't no federale gonna be coming up here talking about what you did with this money and that money and do while you was in America. What happened to that Bigo money that you made, bro? In America. In America. All right? What happened to that Bigo money you made in America, bitch? Right, James. But in what capacity, James? Are we going to flip it now to the Solar, Velvet, and the Terry Love Triangle? Are we going to flip it to the degradation of the rest of his wives? Like, what happened to Zoka and what happened to Fufu and what happened to Aya? Because you know what? Real talk, y'all. I said rest in power to Pops Marquez. His soul can rest. Rest in power to Mama Dia. Her soul can rest. I pray that Zoka's baby soul can rest. I pray. I pray that all of the babies that were lost within those years of being that carbonation, melanation, where they had to jump off a waterfall or they had to drink hemlock tea or whatever the fuck, they went through that be sick diet and lost babies. I hope those babies can rest in peace. Hey, Osunyemi. It was a couple of them, Vampy. It was about 3 or 4 white girls. They had the white girl that was with the BBC from Canada. I forgot her name. Then they had Khadijah. Then they had this other white girl that was with Musa for a hot minute. And some people consider Mariah a white girl too, even though I feel like she's like biracial. She's more exotic. You know what I'm saying? Kayla, hey, her therapy was popping. Right. All of them. But the only one of them made him famous, which was the BBC girl. Right? So we can only hope and pray. I'm sure that lady's healed because we haven't heard from that lady since, right? Ain't nobody heard from that BBC girl since this shit popped off, right? I don't give a fuck what goes on with Khadijah. I just saw Khadijah crying on an Instagram post. He going to jail. I'm so sad. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how these other people feel about NatureNuts going to jail. That's my thing. I'm basically shocked that he was guilty on all counts. I'm happy he's going to jail. But I don't give a fuck about the motherfuckers that, oh, I'm so mad that he's going to jail. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Over on Bigo, fucking Keys, he's mad that NatureNuts is going to jail. But we know why he mad. He can't make no more money off of NatureNuts. Ain't gonna be no more. Oh, his Bigo account is back, and they gonna jump on it and make. Nah, B. Fuck out of here. So he mad. He mad. He mad at that motherfucker. Hey, La, how you doing, boo? But don't sit here and think that World News ain't gonna have nothing else to do. He'll find something else. Don't sit here and think Fundi Fee ain't gonna have nothing else to talk about. She will. She always do. Right? Don't sit here and even be like, oh, well, the T ain't gonna have nothing more to talk about. Oh no, the T will. The T will have much more to talk about, child. Trust me. And that might be the only one still on the NatureNuts. Okay? Because she ain't done yet. Okay? She better not be done yet. It's still more. It's still more to do. It's still more to go. Hey, how many of y'all care about what happened to Jackson Juju after this shit? I don't. I don't give a holy hot fuck. And the only way that I would give a holy hot fuck about Solar or Velvet or Natiri is if them 3 motherfuckers come together talking about we cool and we're going to start Carbonation 3.0. Because Carbonation 2.0 between Velvet and Solar surely didn't work out. Carbonation 2.0 between Velvet and Solar was the baby that was born. That was Carbonation 2.0, child. And we found out it was a baby boy. And that's all we found out, right? She did not give Solar's baby notoriety like Eliana got. Even the second baby got more notoriety than this baby here with Solar. And Solar, you should be pissed off. You should be pissed for that. Because all you wanted was clout, nigga. All you wanted was revenge and to get back and da-da-da-da-da. How much revenge you gonna get if Velvet don't tell nobody about your baby? Huh? You can't get much. She beat you, homie. And that's how she beat you. She will stifle your growth when it comes to this baby. All right? And she will talk her shit when she feel the fuck like it. Because it will be her child, not yours. Okay? Yeah, Osunyemi. Let me tell you something, Osunyemi. Solar, Velvet, Aya, Juju, Jax, whoever took the stand, all right, except for my homeboy True, all right, all of them looked like they were still affected by the cult-like mentality. For me, True didn't seem so much like he was still affected by the cult-like mentality, because True to me was talking from a place of acknowledgement. I know I was in a cult, yo. I know I need to heal, yo. I know I need to speak different, think different, act different, so I can get out this cult ass shit. Ain't none of them other motherfuckers was talking like that. Not even Velvet. Yeah, Osunyemi. So Solar gonna try to talk his so-called bullshit knowledge because he ain't changed. He's still under the NatureNuts virus. He's still on the NatureNuts spell. And all them motherfuckers did was prove that they was in a cult. That's all they did. NatureNuts was smart not to be there when Aya was talking. What? When Fufu was talking. What? Because then you gonna know it's a fucking cult. And they already displayed it anyway. They didn't need him to be in the room. We already felt that. You bitches lied. You lied. And to keep it real, I felt like both sides didn't ask good enough questions. Okay? The prosecution should have asked way more questions. But now, like James said, they couldn't really talk about what happened outside of the United States. So I get that. But there was plenty that happened in America. We got plenty of video of when they was in America. Okay? To talk that shit. And to get it together. Okay? The fuck? And you could have started at Hawaii. You didn't have to start from Texas. You could have started at Hawaii. Right. They didn't give a lot of examples, none of that shit. I guess it was delicate. You know how things go between states or whatever. But in my humble opinion, the prosecution should have did better. And Mr. Booger, like, he was kind of smart. He didn't ask a lot of questions because he knew if he asked certain questions, it would open a can of worms for the prosecution to win. All right? He wasn't stupid. He wasn't that stupid. So shout out to Mr. Booger. And I heard that Mr. Booger, in his closing arguments, apologized to the victims and all the people that was affected by NatureNuts bullshit. Shout out to Mr. Booger for that. Okay? Shout out to the lawyer for that. That lawyer said, yo, this case is not going to taint me. All right? I'm going to show y'all that I'm a decent human being, even though I had to represent a fucking demon. He did, right, Michael Phillips? Thank you, boo. He did. Sure did. And I ain't mad at that. All right? That's what you're supposed to do, sir. That's what you need to do. And he did the right thing. Motherfuckers like, oh, why he didn't quit? He couldn't quit. He would get disbarred and go to jail if he quit. So the most he could do was to apologize to them ladies. I think he really did try to make Homeboy win the case. I don't think he like deliberately fucked it up for the Homeboy. But then again, he realized that he didn't have to. I'm sure Mr. Booger was like, you know what, I'm ready to fuck up this case on purpose. But thank you, Lord, that this guy is so stupid that he did it for me. He fucked up his own case. Thank you, Lord. Who forgave him? Who said they forgave him? Who said they forgave him? It better not be no Nateri that says she forgave his ass. And if Nateri is going to therapy, it ain't work. It ain't work. It ain't work. Your mind too twisted, girl. You need 24-hour therapy, homegirl. Because if your therapy was working, you'd have never fucked Solar raw and had a baby with him. Never. Ever. You need a better therapist, Wody. From here on out. Okay? From here on out. Because even though the courts was like, oh, don't say the victim's name and da-da-da, we all know your name already. The Osunyemi, you already know what it is. And that's a shame. That's therapy related. Now, Michael Phillips, we got to ask what the fuck is going to happen to Malia. Okay? Because Malia was a fucking mental case before she even went to NatureNuts. He put her through the fucking ringer. Hold up. Can anybody tell me? I think Malia did testify, but I really didn't see it. Right? Y'all let me know. Because there were certain parts that I was like, I don't feel like trauma bonding with these motherfuckers. So I'm not going to watch that shit. I didn't watch the whole of Aya's testimony, and I didn't watch the whole of Fufu's testimony because them bitches was pissing me off. Okay? Michael Phillips, she been looking sickly since she got out of the hospital that last time. She hasn't been looking healthy after she came out the hospital. All right, Vampy, enjoy your day with your mommy. When she was in the hospital for a couple months, that was the healthiest she looked when she came out there. After that, she was looking sick again. And if she went to the stand, whoa, I know she ain't go to no stand, y'all. Okay, Michael Phillips, that's all I heard too. I knew they wasn't stupid enough to put no Malia on a goddamn stand. Shit. They put Malia on the stand, the fucking prosecution would have won so quick. Because out of Malia's mouth, she wouldn't know how to answer no question, right? She'd have broke down right there on the fucking stand. You would have known that they was a cult. You would have known that he raped women. And you would have known that there was revenge porn. You would have known everything that he did to fucking Velvet was true. And you would have known he was a cult because somebody in the room would have asked Malia, how'd you get a bite mark on your titty, yo? Don't you got a bite mark on your titty? How you get that? She gave it to me. Why did she give you a bite mark on your titty? Because he made us fight. Who is he? Oh, Mr. Bishop. Where? On the beach. Was it filmed? Yes, it was. Hello. Hello. We knocking on the cult door right now. We knocking on the manipulation door right now. We knocking on all kinds of shit. If y'all don't want to pray for the kids, y'all don't want to pray for Aya and Fufu and the hootie hoo, pray for that dumb bitch Malia. Pray for her stupid ass. Because like Aya, that bitch can't go back home. Picture Aya trying to go back home to her 14-year-old son, talking about, oh, I want to pick up the pieces. If I was her son, I'd spit in her face. Real talk. And be like, oh, you only here because that motherfucking NatureNuts is in jail. If he wasn't in jail, you wouldn't be worried about fucking me. Beat it, bitch. And Malia was worse because Malia fucked up the whole family, not just her son, the whole goddamn family. So imagine Malia trying to go back to them niggas. Oh, I'm sorry. No, dumb bitch, you ain't sorry. You don't give a fuck. If that motherfucker wasn't in jail, you wouldn't be here. And that's how black people handle shit. Ain't no prodigal son right away. Fuck out of here. It ain't no prodigal son right away. You're going to have to wait a couple years before you could be the prodigal son and the prodigal daughter. Sheba's impact statement was very touching. I could imagine. Shout out to Sheba. I hope she heals. I hope her and True heal for the sake of Jahumi. Okay? Because that's who matters now. Them kids is who matters now. I pray for baby Eliana. I pray for baby Jahumi. I pray for baby Zen. Because I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Even things that happen to children while they are in the womb, just because they don't consciously remember it, don't mean that they're not affected by those things. Okay? You know how many times I had people do real fucked up shit in front they kids, next to they kids, while kids in the womb talking about, oh, they're not gonna remember. She's only 2. Fuck out of here. They're gonna remember. If they can't recall it from their mind to their mouth, their body is gonna recall that shit. Their behavior is gonna recall that shit. That's how kids work. Even as adults, you are a broken adult because of shit that happened to you when you were a child that you might not remember or that you have repressed as a child. Don't fucking tell me no bullshit. I will get Alanya Van Zant on you motherfuckers right now. Kids feel the shit. They might not be able to explain it, but they feel it. You think little baby Jahumi ain't gonna remember his knees fucking feeling fucked up because he's standing on his knees next to his father trying to be a man? Huh? You think baby Eliana ain't gonna remember all the bullshit that happened as she was born and coming? Oh, well, I was trying to be with my father and he got hard. You think she ain't gonna remember? You think baby Zen ain't gonna go to school one day and they be like, wait a minute, you look familiar. I don't know what y'all talking about. And then the next day, come back to school, them little kids is like, yo, my parents told me about your parents, and your parents was this and this, and you was almost born dead. Well, the fuck you think that don't happen? And this shit is true, Michael Phillips. It's true. That revenge porn shit, that video wasn't just for Velvet to suffer. It was for Sheba to suffer. That's why Sheba kept going back. And she said it more than once. Even when they was doing their real nigga moments. Okay? They never came outright and said it, but they implied the shit. You know how many times they had those real nigga couple moments and you could tell in their faces, in the couple's faces, that there was so much that they wanted to say, including, you caused this shit. You did this, NatureNuts. But they couldn't because they scared or whatever the fuck. Man, listen. I ain't trying to trauma bond with this bullshit no more. Okay? I need to take a break from this bull ass shit. So I'm gonna jump out of here because luckily I got a little bit over an hour involved. Shout out to Lurky. Shout out to Godmama, the CCC podcast. Shout out to Fundi Fee. Shout out to Lisa Say What. Shout out to Max V. Shout out to Mediah. Shout out to The T. Shout out to Kulu and World News. Shout out to Nick at Night. Right, Mean Mary Jean. You know? And fuck it, shout out to Vic too. Shout out to Vic too. Okay? Shout out to the fucking Nature Boy sector. Alright? Shout out to everybody that covered this shit and repped for this shit. Because if y'all watch the tease live from last night or this morning, whenever it was, she'll tell you it was a bunch of people out there. You too, Michael Phillips, give thanks. There's a bunch of people out there covering that shit, trying to make sure that the shit ended up the way it was supposed to. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all of y'all that gave us the right information. Shout out to all of y'all that did the shit the right way. Especially shout out to Lurker and Godmama because they was like, oh, his Twitter page is back, but don't type nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't put nothing on there because it's going to fuck up the case. Shout out to everybody that did that. Shout out to everybody that followed that. All right? Shout out to everybody that did their due diligence to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, this shit comes full circle the way the fuck it's supposed to. And I know that a lot of these content creators, they still got shit to talk about. They still got shit to do. And they ain't got nothing to do with Nature Boy. They got their own life. All right? If you so caught up in this Nature Nut shit and now it's so-called over, you don't know what to do with yourself, go seek therapy. Okay? Go seek it. Because don't nobody need to trauma bond off this extra shit. Now it's trauma bonding. And I ain't talking about the people, and shout out to Osunyemi too, because she was up on it too. Shout out to everybody up on it that I didn't mention. That don't mean they ain't got no life. They got a life. Okay? So they don't have to stay here. They don't have to stay in trauma bond if they don't want to. I'm talking to you, the person that don't talk about it, the person that don't go live about it, the person that don't go on panels. You just sitting in the chat. You just listening. You just da-da-da. And you comment every so often. If you still caught up on this nature nut shit, you need to seek therapy. Okay? You do. Free the three, God, fuck out of here. Where were you when Mumia Abdul-Jamal needed to be free? Where were you then? Was you born then? Oh, find some other motherfucker that's innocent, because it ain't him. Okay? All right. I thank you everybody that joined me today. Please hit the like, share, and shit like this. Okay? I will be back whenever I'm back. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'll have to be back here on Thursday to do my videos for membership. All right? Okay? I hear you, Osun. I hear you, Osunyemi. I hear you. Fuck all that. Listen, they gonna be all right. They all gonna be all right. Even NatureNuts, he gonna be all right. Okay? They gonna be all right. Okay? Shoot. And peace out to y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Go eat some food. It's lunchtime. Okay? And make sure when you say your prayers to NatureNuts, here's how the prayer should go. Dear Lord, I am glad that I am not NatureNuts right now. Okay? I am very thankful that I'm not sitting in jail for life without parole plus 10 years. All right? Thank you, Lord, that I get to eat some good ass food and drink some good ass juice, and I get to be in my house with my own toilet bowl. Thank you, Lord, that I'm not sleeping in a bunk bed where the motherfucker above me has a white sheet over his bunk bed, which means that he's getting plugged and you might be plugged next. Thank God you ain't in that position, homeboy and homegirl. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. And he will do good in prison. Let him stay the fuck right now. Okay? All right, y'all. Y'all have a great one. Peace out. Bless up.